I am Narlaika Kadir Panuntungan, and I will be discussing the Torrance 1980 lists several characteristics of left and right brain dominance. So let's start. There are common myths that people personality are tied to be a dominant side of the brain. Left brain people are supposedly more analytical and mathematical, while right brain people are said to be more creative and artistic. But the truth is, there is no such thing as being left brain or right brain person. The brain does have two sides called hemisphere. Each of these controls certain function. The hemisphere connected by sending signal across the bundle of nerves in the middle called the corpus callosum. Most of us, the left side mainly control language while the right side mainly control visual and spatial ability. That's why people who enjoy the right side of the brain are more prone to get lost. Interestingly, to movement each side of the body is controlled by the opposite side of the brain. So the right hemisphere operate the left side of the body and the left hemisphere operate the right side. If like most people right-handed, it's because your left brain is dominant in that area. But overall, we use both sides of our brain equally, whether you making music or doing math. The left and right hemisphere work together. In personality trait like creativity or analytical thinking involve the entire brain, not just one side of it. So now we will discuss the tolerance, ambiguity, reflectivity, and impulsivity. Tolerance ambiguity is manifest in person's ability to operate effectively in an uncertain environment. So, tolerance is you have the ability to be open-minded, you have the ability of acceptance toward any situation, which is ambiguous. Instead of being frustrated to handle that situation, you have to be open-minded about it. So this means that reflectivity is to be able to reflect and then come up with any solution of problem. But impulsivity is opposing to reflectivity, which means that you take very quick action or rash action without any circumstances. Let's talk about the ambiguity tolerance, the degree to which you are cognitively willing to tolerate ideas and propositions that run counter to your own belief system or structure of knowledge. Means ambiguity tolerance, something which is quite opposite in their own belief system, but you still develop certain acceptance of that. For example, people are relatively open-minded in accepting ideologies and events that contradict with their own views. So they are ambiguity tolerance that is more content than others to entertain and even internalize contradictory proposition. And then there are people who are close-minded and tend to reject items that are contradictory to their own belief. So we have different study conducted. We have study conducted by Chappell and Roberts 1986 who measured tolerance of ambiguity in learners of English as a second language in Illinois. Found that learners with high tolerance for ambiguity were slightly more successful in certain language tests. These findings suggest that it may be an important factor in second language learning. And coming to the last point, the reflectivity and impulsivity, psychology study have been conducted to determine the degree to which in the cognitive domain a person tends to make either a quick or gambling or impulsive guess at an answer to a problem or a slower, more calculated or reflective decision. So let's proceed to David refer to two styles that are closely related to reflectivity and impulsivity. He mentioned they are systematic and intuitive style. So the first style is the intuitive style, implies an approach in which a person make a number of different gambles on the business, simply guessing or hunches with possibly several successful gambles before a solution is achieved. Next is the systematic thinker tend to weigh all the consideration in a problem. To conclude, tolerance for ambiguity is one of the learner style that a learner adapt to act in an uncertain condition. Further, reflective and impulsivity is a cognitive style of a learner that shows learners' ability of solving a problem. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching.